Price of fame.
It's lonely at the top.
But
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you what you could have did.
what?
You said the equity, it moved to 550, right? So you doubled your money and some, right?
Yeah.
Could have took the equity from that and bought 2 more houses in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but around that time, then shit started to creep up.
What you mean?
Is that slowing down?
Huh?
Like that?
No. Around that time, when
the
I sold
prices,
it,
right? The prices started.
so if I sold that at $550, right?
Yeah.
Every price is spiked. So
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're looking at certain neighborhoods, and I'm saying you said 5 years, 98. Houses were still cheap in 2000, and you said 5 years, 98. You said
no,
you bought it?
I was. It was
in
2005. 2005. I sold it.
Houses was cheap in 2005 still.
Yes.
You could have bought. Look, you could have went to Bushwick. Look at Bushwick now.
Yeah, Bushwick's crazy.
Bushwick was like the last resort. Nobody wanted Bushwick at that time.
It's true.
But
Nobody wanted
Right.
Bushwick.
when there's blood on the streets, that's when you buy.
What?
You
But
could've
no one tells you that.
I knew. Well,
No one
Yeah.
tells you that.
So, Mike, how many houses you got in Baltimore right now?
My sister got a lot of houses in Baltimore. I just never went out there. Yo,
Baltimore's wild.
The 3 and some change could have been a down payment on a building. I don't like houses in New York though.
Me neither.
Yeah, houses
but
in
but
New
you
York are
remember?
crazy.
All right, you saying that right? But the toughest part about buying property in Brooklyn is tenants. So
Yeah,
I guess
because if I'm not a good tenant, I'm never leaving.
Professional tenants.
How you
In
gonna
New
get
York,
me out?
period.
huh?
Yeah.
New York is a tenant-friendly state, so
Yes.
they will
Right.
So
So,
how you
yeah,
gonna get
so-
me out?
they'll be stuck in your house for
Yes.
a year and a half.
And you
Yeah.
stuck with your mortgage.
Yep, you stuck with the mortgage, and I ain't giving you
So,
no
like,
money.
On that sense, I think I did a good move.
Of course, yeah, you did a good move.
Yeah, but like,
At 25, I would have bought the Range Rover too. I'm not at 25. I'd have been like,
You bought it cash?
huh?
You bought it cash?
No, that was the down payment. Remember, the Range Rovers was like pricey at that time.
Yeah.
It was like
I had
60,000,
a range,
60.
I had a
yeah,
range.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you remember, and I made this song Imagine play with Jay-Z
right.
when he said, "What's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6?" So,
About 30
I had
to what?
to give you-
30 to 40 grand.
huh?
I'm not gonna lie and say I had a 4.6.
You had the O?
I didn't have a 4.6.
You had the O. You had the O.
You know, I know dudes. You know what they used to do? They used to change the numbers on the back. They had the I'm
Like
not
they
even
did
joking.
the
They had the
Benzes, too.
4.0,
I'm never gonna do that.
and they would change it and put the 4.6
I'm
on the
never
back.
gonna
Yo, Jay-Z fucked up the game
He
like
did.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
he
who else
did.
did that?
That's why a lot of people, you know what? A lot of people say that, like now I see they try to rewrite history and they say like Jay-Z wasn't influential. Jay-Z
Really
had,
crazy.
I went and bought all platinum jewelry because of Jay-Z. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, platinum? What is that?
Yeah, but now it's run the battle.
Right.
Yo, you gotta think about that, bro.
What?
I'm telling you, like, if Flex, he had an influence on cars too. I heard
Yeah.
Flex one time play out what's his name? Ed Lover. He tried to play Ed Lover. Cause of the he said, yo, we buy our girls 5s. We buy our girls 500 S500s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, S500 is a nice vehicle. Like,
Yeah.
what you talking about?
Yeah.
He said you only do S600.
Right, it's 600.
And he was trying to say, and we don't, some BMW. I said, what the X5?
The X5s. If you
Yeah,
know,
he
we
said-
give them the baby mamas.
Yeah, the
Give the
X5s, the
baby
baby mamas, yeah.
Oh man, I
Man.
said, yo, come on, Flex, you tripping, bro.
But didn't Jay-Z say that?
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
drive X5s. We give them the baby mamas. We drive I guess he's talking about the Mercedes trucks. It had like a snack chicken box. So he's talking about the Mercedes trucks. Then like
Yo,
that's
he's
crazy.
foul,
The
that's
power
foul,
of
bro.
influence in hip hop culture.
And that's what I was saying. Even with Jay-Z was like wearing jerseys. Everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get my jersey came out. And then next thing you know, he said,
But
we wearing button ups and
clothes.
blazers now.
Yeah.
So then next thing you know, I'm in the club with baggy jeans on, a button-up shirt, and a blazer. That's crazy
look
times.
crazy.
Crazy times. But that's what it was. So they can say all they want, like, oh, Jay-Z wasn't influential. He definitely was.
Yeah.
He definitely was.
You think Dipset was influential?
Who?
Dipset.
Dipset? not as much as Jay was. Like it was. It was.
I'm not comparing them.
No. They had some. They had some sway. Yeah, they had some influence
I think they were in Harlem.
in Harlem.
I think in Harlem they had everyone, looking like Dipset. Like everyone was wearing a chain, and you know what I mean, painting on their Timbs. They had the airbrush Timbs. It was like a time that they definitely had.
That was a uniform.
Yeah.
Well, who started the do rag and the hat? I think it was Jay-Z.
I don't know who started that.
I do. Memphis Bleak.
That was the dumbest trend ever.
The do rag and the hat.
That was the most dumbest trend.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I was wearing
never
it. I was
did
in
that.
the 90s with my
you did
do-rag
that
on.
too?
Yeah, do-rag.
Yeah.
I got pictures. I can throw up here. I got pictures I had on do-rags with hats, for sure.
The big T-shirts, that was the dumbest.
Double XT.
Oh, I hate the long T-shirt. Looking like a
the white
dress.
tee.
Double,
Yeah.
triple T. I'm like, that was the dumbest trend ever.
Nah.
The baggy pants, size 40.
Yeah.
You were
Me too.
34.
Yeah, I was like a 29 at the time, and I had 38. I used to wear 38s.
Yeah.
I used to put my belt on, just pull the belt so they can be super baggy.
It's mad crinkle.
Yep, you gotta tuck it in so that it looks like it's flush. Yeah.
Man.
Nah, but I'm saying, like, going back to high school, man, we had a lot of trends, right? And the difference was no one wanted to rock it the same way.
It's true. That's true.
See, that's the thing.
Everyone
too.
wanted their own individual
Yeah,
style. You didn't want to look like nobody else. Even in your own crew, you didn't want to look like the other people in your crew.
Yeah.
It's like, he wears sneakers like this. I'm gonna have to flip my laces like
It
this.
had to be different.
Yeah, it was always something
Just the
different.
way even the way you talk, the way you, everything was different. Everything was
Right.
different.
And that spirit carried over to hip hop at the time.
Yeah.
It did.
That's what made hip hop the way it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of that mindset and people not trying to
Right.
rush to like bite anyone. But now,
Everyone wants to be the same.
Yes,
if you're
everybody-
different, they look
People
at you
will
like
shame
weird.
you if you bite somebody's style. Yo, he bit my style.
Yeah,
he
back
bit,
then.
He, bit,
Yep.
yo, he biting my swag. You see what I had the first Pumas with the bite my style. People didn't want to be shamed, so they
Right.
didn't do that.
and that's when we had a lot of influence in the whole hip hop community, because we didn't embrace a lot of bullshit.
Right.
Nah.
We didn't.
Well, you know what's funny? New York destroyed all of that. It's our fault. It's our fault New York is in the state it's in right now.
You think so?
You think so?
Definitely.
Why? Because we started chasing the bag.
No.
What is it?
We're so arrogant that we
The beef that you wanted
alienated
to-
everybody else.
That's very true.
outside of the industry.
Yeah.
Oh, you corny country bunking, New York in the house. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from New York, but I'm, raised in North Carolina. And when they used to come to the club, it's New York in the house. Yeah, New York, New York. And then you'll see country dudes, my cousins and them be looking at them like, I will have you in that field naked. Right in that field, right up the road, naked, crying. They be mad because they talking so much. So now that Atlanta has it and the South has it, they're like, we're going to embrace this and we're going to hold on to it as long as possible. But it's going to backfire on them too.
I mean, they're doing the same thing now. Now it's repeating it where they like doing the same thing.
They're doing the same thing.
Yeah. So now they're
And then they're going to be...
Yeah. Now they're out here shouting from the rooftop like, ATL shouty.
Yeah.
Like, so it's,
it's gonna die out. Every empire has a range.
It does.
It
It runs
now
out
it's
and
an
it
Atlanta
moves.
thing, and everybody's going to Atlanta. And sooner or later, it's gonna might be a North Carolina or a Tennessee or whatever. It just takes a few people to really pop off, but New York it's New York's fault.
Yeah, but you're right. Everywhere you went, New York had the biggest flex.
Yeah,
Did.
and they told you to your face.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
But they ain't New York though.
I mean, then even
No. Well, here's another part of that shit, right? We had that episode. I don't know if you caught that, the hip hop episode where we talk about that's the only kind of unity we had, as far as from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're from New York. Yeah, I'm New York, right?
Right.
But then when it came here, it was scattered unity.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a Bronx nigga.
Yep,
That's
I
a
was about to
Queens
say.
nigga.
Yep.
That's
just like
uptown
he does
nigga.
right now. The same thing Big Mike Vegas does on the show right now.
I do that because you guys always talking about the Bronx. Bronx is dangerous. Bronx is this. Bronx is that. I do that on purpose because I have Bronx pride.
And that's
Right?
dope.
Yeah,
But
that's dope.
Queens don't stick together. Let's keep that.
Yes.
See, here we go again.
No, yeah.
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Queens
No,
don't
I'm not
stick
going.
together.
I'm not going to
None
disagree.
of,
Bronx
none
stick
of New
together.
York stick together.
The Bronx
no more.
sticks together.
This is how New York
Brooklyn
hip hop
sticks together.
fell apart too, because everybody wanted to be the king.
Yeah.
So they started. Everybody
it's
started butting
nowhere
heads.
in New York more so than Queens.
That has
that
division.
people
Yes.
have division.
I agree.
South Side against Hollis.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody, it's like, yo, what you?
Like, like you live 5 minutes away. Like you can walk to you guys can walk to the
And
neighborhood.
then you know, it's too many. Queens have more superstars than any other place in the world.
It's true.
Think about it.
That's true. Yeah,
There's
yes.
more superstars.
It's true.
Yes.
From
Now-
the beginning.
Yeah,
it's
since the
true.
beginning.
Yeah.
So, okay, Brooklyn has Jay-Z and Biggie. Biggest stars they have in
Yes.
hip hop. Jay-Z and Biggie. But Queens has Nicki Minaj. It has Run DMC. They have Nas.
LL.
They have LL Cool J. They have 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Run DMC.
I
Yeah,
said
he
Run
said
DMC.
that.
Oh yeah, right.
It's a few other
It's so,
people.
yeah, it's a lot
It's
of
a few
people. We
other
just
people.
can't think.
Um,
Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest,
Salt
yeah.
and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Kid
Yes.
and Play. Yeah.
Kid and Play.
Yeah, it's so many.
You know what I'm saying?
it's
These
so
are
many.
superstars,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
Superstars. So, but how many of them have collaborated?
Right, you never seen a tour. Like,
Ooh.
like imagine that, right?
Think about that. And then let's transition over into the whole collaborating. New York has the biggest female artists. New York has the biggest male artists, period, in the game. We don't stick together.
We
The
don't.
female artists, we have Nicki Minaj, we have Cardi B, we have Queen Latifah, we have a lot of female artists. Money Love. Well, Money Love is not a superstar, but
Right.
in her own right, she made impression.
Impact.
Yeah, she did. I
I
liked her because her accent was
MC
different.
Light.
MC Light.
MC Light.
We got a lot of female artists, but I'm saying to myself, and I say this all the time, if they did a tour, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are going back and forth over nonsense. Well, it may not be nonsense to them, but I feel like, Little Kim.
Lil'
But
Kim,
they're going back
Foxy.
and forth. Little Kim went at her and Nicki Minaj going out there. Foxy Brown had issues. This and that, blah, blah. It's everybody have issues with each other. And I'm like, if you just say, listen, this is what we're going to do.
We're gonna
All the
work
female
together.
MCs, period, we're going to go on a world tour. A female
Ladies first
world tour.
tour.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is, we're going to do that, and then we're going to take, and in between, like, we'll do it like this. And this is how I would do it. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are the biggest artists overall, right? You
So,
know,
but
that's it.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Who's gonna get the bigger bag?
No. See.
That's where the argument comes from.
That's the starting
And,
right there.
who's going to headline? You know, that's the
See, the more so bigger than the bag is the headliner.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Monica and Brandy
In the
are doing
duration
right
of
now.
the shows, you'll get money because if it's a 30-city tour, 50-city tour, whatever the case may be, you're gonna get money. So let's not think about the bag. The problem would be who's headlining.
Yes.
The problem would be how many minutes I'm getting.
Right.
Because that's when I've been on tour, that's always the problem. He had 15 minutes on stage and he took 17 minutes. He took 2 minutes away from me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. I don't know if you know that. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
You took 2 minutes away from me. My whole show is predicated on my 7 minutes.
Right.
I'm not a big artist and you took 2 minutes away from me. That's beef. That's problems. So what I'm saying is, if Cardi, we look on the charts, where Cardi's the biggest, her biggest fan base. If it's in LA, then Cardi would, headline.
Oh yeah,
I see where you're
that
going.
makes sense.
Then
That makes
Nicki would
sense.
have-
I see where you're
Right.
going.
If it's
Yeah,
in
but
Tennessee,
yeah.
then what's the name would headline? But then who would go right before? Right before she headline? Okay, if it's in Texas or the Midwest or whatever, Megan Thee Stallion, she would do that.
Right.
Then
They
if we
pop
in
out every
Florida,
city who
Yeah.
pops out.
What's the name would do it?
Trina.
Not Trina. Because what's the name? The City Girls.
Okay.
Whatever they girl. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, they ain't getting along,
And
but
then-
JT and...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
Just that whole idea,
Young
concept.
Miami.
You know where
Young
you're
Miami,
at and
yeah.
what
Yeah.
market you're at. That's who would go in there.
You make an excellent point.
That's a good idea.
And then think about this: because it's a girl tour. But if there's girls, who's gonna bring the girls? I want to go to the tour. I want to go. Girls gonna come in packs, and then guys
gonna come,
just to
of
be
course.
around girls.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you're gonna make money,
Yep.
but they are so egotistical.
Yeah,
Of
they
course.
can't get
And
through
girls,
it.
to me, girls have bigger egos than men.
Yeah, they can't
don't
get
admit
over.
it.
An all-female rap tour would be huge.
Yeah, but
Huge.
The marketing dollars you can get, the sponsorships you can
What?
get.
Yeah.
What?
Maybelline,
Barely,
Revlon,
yeah,
all
yes.
these. Come on,
You know how
all
much the
these type
beauty
of companies,
the beauty
Mac.
industry is like $1 trillion industry by itself. So,
Bro, you know how much products you can
Yeah.
sell?
right?
But think
you know,
about it.
the ego. Nah, yo, I got a bigger fan base here. Nah, fuck that. I'm going on first.
Yeah. I keep telling you, you gotta put it together. You gotta put it together. You
I don't
keep
have
bringing
enough-
it up.
I don't have enough ones to do that, but if I had enough ones in power, I would do it. I would
Yeah, that's
definitely do
a
that.
crazy.
That's a
idea.
crazy idea.
You know what would be dope? Because you got the DTP family situation. If you talk to Luda and tell him to bring his resources in and pitch that, it could happen.
I don't think nobody can fix
I don't
that.
think nobody can fix that.
The Cardi and Nicki thing.
I don't think
Nah.
nobody can fix that.
It went too out of control.
yeah.
You don't want to wait until they fall.
Right.
They get lower and lower in their status, and then it's like,
Yeah,
oh
'cause
yeah, we should do this.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
too
late
now.
Because it's all based on the value.
Like for example, you know how that record would have sold if Foxy Brown and Little Kim would have ever came out with that
Oh,
Thelma
my
and
God.
Louise album.
Yeah.
That Thelma and Louise, at the height of their careers,
They could have
that
toured
would've
off that
been-
right now.
Yeah, they would have still been touring off that.
Yeah.
That would have been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it together.
Well, yeah, you're right. The females, they don't stick together at all.
Yeah.
And I guess with the dudes, if it was a big enough bag, niggas
Yeah.
will talk. Let's talk.
They'll work it, they'll work it
They'll
out.
talk. They'll work it out.
Right, when
You know
it's
what
that
I like?
bag, you
You know
start
what
being
I
like,
I like the fact that 50 had beef with everybody in New York. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, right? But now Joe messing with him, Cameron about to do movies with him, TV shows with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People messing with what's the name? Joe had beef with Jay, real beef, real problems.
right.
And
They
now
squashed it.
They squashed it. They doing beef. And they doing business. Because as you get older, you realize, yo, what we doing?
Exactly.
What we doing?
It was
Now they
stupid.
getting money.
Yeah.
Like we're getting money together, and that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta overlook those things. Like yo, that was then. We were all young.
But you know, we kind of like the beef too anyway. You know, we a culture, we like the bullshit.
I don't like beef. I don't like beef. You ain't messing up my bag.
I mean, on that level, but we like to hear the stories and niggas
It's true,
go.
though.
Niggas
Yeah.
We like to watch the DVDs where, you know,
Yeah, like
we love the
stories,
entertainment
right?
factor
You
of
like
it.
to
Yeah.
hear
the story again and again.
And you said the music business went down when you sold your house, right? It was going down, right? Napster.
For me, it
That
was
the time
slowing down.
for Napster.
Huh?
Napster was around 2005, 2006, right?
Yeah.
Right? That was Napster was coming in. It was going
Yeah.
on anyway. So what I'm saying is, beef is worse than Napster because now you can't do shows.
Yeah, you know,
it
who
limits your
said
money.
that post? One of them said that post is like the beef hurt the whole game. It's like, what, you can't go perform there, you can't do
Right.
this, you can't do that. Yeah,
But then- but then
yeah.
Bigger than that, forget that dude that whatever. He can't get in the venue. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yeah, all of
security
the
all around
yes,
Forget
yeah,
that
yeah.
dude. But the venue say, yo, we don't want that in our venue because
Right.
the insurance
It's
risk
going
is
too
high.
crazy.
The
Yeah,
insurance is
The
too
business of it. Yeah.
high. Yeah, the business of it. That's like when I remember when Nas, nobody from Queensbridge could really perform anywhere because it was so
Beefing
many,
with
so many
everybody.
problems
Yeah.
that no venue would pick. At one point, Nas couldn't perform nowhere.
It's true.
In
I
New
remember
York.
that.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Couldn't perform anywhere. Nas, Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
It was dudes. It was
Right.
problems. It was problems in New York. So the venues were like, nah, our insurance.
Because they scared it's going to get shot up. They
risky.
said it's going to be right.
So you don't want that problem. And they was shutting down clubs everywhere. Nah, you don't want that. So you know.
But you think I don't think to today in today's climate, beefs don't get like that no more.
It can.
But
Because
it's
of
less
the
likely.
internet.
I don't know.
Because look at these young
the last
kids.
thing we just saw, the King Von and Lil
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah,
or
we
whatever.
saw
These young
Like,
kids
yeah,
with this
King-
ops
yeah.
energy, man.
But we're not talking over there. We talking about on this side.
I'm just talking about hip hop. Period.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Oh.
hip hop. Period. You perform all over the country, from all over the world. You don't want problems. You don't want problems, man. This is a business, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, the worst thing in the world is if you go broke, if you're broke and you've been broke, you can survive on broke.
Yeah.
But if you've been rich,
Then you
You've
go
been
broke,
living a
that's
certain
even
life.
worse.
Yeah.
live a
That's
certain
worse.
lifestyle, and you go
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
gotta
it's
alter your
worse.
lifestyle, and you
It's
go
true.
from a 3-bedroom condo and on Orange Grove or wherever, And then all of a sudden you got to go down to a 2-bedroom and right outside the hood.
Or studio
Right
apartment.
on, no,
Studio
living
apartment.
living right on top of a Chinese restaurant.
Yo, you laughing,
It's hard
but
to
that's
deal
real.
with.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a
hard
heavy pill
deal
to
with.
swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that you could have had all that money, but you wanted to start problems, bro, you got to think, man.
Yeah.
You got to think, and that's why I said artists need to have managers my age or a little younger. But you shouldn't have a manager if you're 25 and he's 25.
That's not
Okay,
work.
he's your friend, he's cool, but his thought process is not the same as your thought process.
Right.
It's the same. It's the same. Mine is that ain't worth it. Let's get out of here.
Right.
Let's go in there.
Like
let's
I
just
seen this
show our
story
face for
before.
about an hour
Right.
and then be out.
I seen this how this plays out.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Even with Cardi and them, I would have told Cardi, yo, leave that alone.
it
I
needed a
understand
mentor.
You
Yeah,
trying
it
to
needs some mentors
respond to
around.
that?
Right.
Do that. Leave it alone. I know you want to respond. No,
Yeah, that's what I would have told her. I mean, like,
leave it alone.
you know, what I
And
mean,
they
we
said
just
some
put out a record.
Really
Like, leave that.
disrespectful
Yeah.
things to each
Yeah,
other.
they did.
Talking about each other's kids.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
we just put out a record. Don't set it on the back. Like, you know what I mean? We'll
Yeah.
double back on that.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll come back on that later.
Yeah, but no.
Problem is with social media, people's egos, they always wonder
it's-
what other people think. So
Right.
they have to respond in real time.
But
to
you know,
protect
so-
That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
egos.
Ego, but then money runs out.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
care how rich
quickly,
you are.
quickly.
Money
But
runs
no,
out.
but no,
If
it's
you
like,
live in that lifestyle,
but
that
no,
money will run out.
it's almost like you said. Like, if you don't have no one like older or that's been through it or whatever, you don't think that way.
Right.
Like, you don't think the money runs out. You just think like I'm
I'm on
it.
top. I'm on top.
I'm gonna be
forever.
on top forever.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson lost $300 million twice. Telling me money don't run out?
Yeah.
Shit.
MC
$300
Hammer
million twice.
Like,
MC Hammer went
yeah.
broke. Come on. Money runs out.
Money
Yeah.
runs out. It's a lot of people that are walking around
You're
broke right
living
now.
a
You don't know
lifestyle,
that their
man.
money
And-
ran
and-
out.
And
Yeah.
I try. People don't understand. Like, you live in a certain lifestyle. Let's break down, because Dame Dash did it one time, and it's true. What he said was right about the budget. He broke down, I think, 500,000, but he didn't even. That was just the crust of what he was breaking down.
Yeah.
What about you get a $500,000 deal and you want to hang out with Puff, right?
Yeah.
He just gave you a $500,000 deal, which ain't a lot, but it is a lot.
Right.
But back then, 500, 600, 700. That was the average.
Right.
deal,
Yeah.
500. So just say you
It's a
give
good
500,000.
budget. It's like a
You
good,
get
good
upfront money,
Yeah.
100,000 you get upfront, right? You got to live off that for a certain amount of time while you're doing the album. So the other half comes, the other 100,000. But you spent that first 100,000 the first 2 months. Your mom, girl, your side girl,
Yeah.
right? If you got a kid and you took your mom out the hood, you want to buy a car, you bought some jewelry, didn't pay your taxes.
Right.
But that's not enough money for all of that.
No. Well, no.
That's what
I
he's
know
saying.
that. That's what I'm saying.
that's it.
That 100,000, you spent that the first 2 months doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You spent that the first 2 months.
Mm.
And now you want more money. There's no more money. You spent it. What about the back end? We can get the back end. Let's see if we go to label. Label will give you the back end. Okay, cool. But when you spent that, it was September. You spent it by September. Now, November coming. November, December. Thanksgiving coming. Come on, we got to have a great Thanksgiving. Our first Thanksgiving on the deal. So now, Thanksgiving going to be crazy. We read all the family, all the friends. We living it up. Boom, 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 champagne.
Like
We
20
have a great
turkeys.
Thanksgiving. Now Christmas is coming.
Mm.
Come on. You need more money. Christmas, everybody wants to, they want
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I gotta get everybody iPhones.
Right, you're the man now.
iPads,
I
and
need
you know
it.
what I'm saying? Like
You're
I
the
can't,
man.
I cannot.
You're the man. Yeah.
Now check it. You need more money. You
Yes.
spent the 2 already. We don't have no more money. But you do have publishing. But
Yeah.
you gave the label half your publishing already. You got 50%. The
Mm.
producer, you get 25% of that 50. So you working with 25%. So they say, yo, listen, you got publishing. We could get you a publishing deal. But the album ain't come out yet. So they only going to give you scraps. Right? You know you got an album coming out. You're kind of hot. You got a name. So they're going to take a risk on you and give you a little 50,000. Or maybe more, 100,000, whatever. They give you 100,000. You got the 100,000, which I don't think they give you the whole 100,000. They give you 50.
You get 50. Yeah.
50. And now your album sells 1 million copies. But you only own 12.5% of your album.
Right. You don't have nothing coming back.
12.5%, which is nothing. And now who you gonna say jerked you?
Yeah.
Label. The label.
That's the
jerked
story
you.
over and over
Oh, my
and over.
God.
And then
yeah.
it's like, how did I jerk you? You kept coming back for money. I gave you money. I told you don't do it. Your manager told you not to do it, but you wanted more money. And now I'm the bad guy.
And hold that thought, Shug. With those numbers and what you just said, you said the manager. Don't forget the lawyer. They're all getting cuts of that too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Every time a deal go down, boom.
Boom.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Boom.
Yeah,
Every time.
Every time.
Boom.
Every time. So come on.
And then, like you said, you still ain't paid
And you
taxes.
still didn't pay your
You ain't
taxes.
paid your taxes out of none of that.
So now you owe taxes, and then you say, okay, well, I'll catch up on the next album.
Mm.
You owe mad taxes on that 500.
Right. And you ain't even recoup from the first album. You saw this many copies, but we still didn't recoup our money because we gave you so much money up front.
But a mill, if you sell a mill, that should have recouped.
But these days, I don't know. Back
It
then, yeah.
depends.
These days,
But
I
it
don't
depends
know.
on what they
No,
spent
but
to
he
market
gave you
it to get.
500,000. What about marketing, promotion?
Yeah.
Oh
all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
All of that
all
got to
that,
be recouped
yes.
out
All
of
that
the
gotta be
million
recouped.
sales before you see a dime.
Right.
Come on.
This is industry 101,
Right.
baby.
I need all my money
They
back.
know, oh yeah. Well, what about and back then? What about broken records? I mean, CDs and broken. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
The
Shipped out.
manufacturing
And all that.
costs, shipping
Right.
costs.
Come on. They
gotta
know
recoup
how
too.
to pinch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Music
You wanted to
videos.
hang out with Puff.
Yeah.
You took a private jet. You think Puff is paying for that? That's coming out your
He's
budget.
definitely not paying for
That
it.
50 grand came
He's-
out your budget. You gotta
he de-
recoup
yeah,
that.
he
You
definitely
want to go to
didn't.
Mr. Child's?
Mm.
Oh no! You spent 15,000 at Mr. Child's.
Right, because you
Oh.
thinking it's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out. It's coming
yeah,
out of your
Playboy.
money.
Let's hang out at Mr. Child's. Yeah,
That's
let's
coming
go.
out of your money.
Oh my God.
All that money you spend is coming out your budget because you wanted to do that. But now the label's jerking you. Oh, Puff is black. He should have told us. He should have told
Is that
us.
what happened though when you
but
took
all
the
right.
private jet with Puff? Did he make you?
I got a question.
No, I got a question. Hold on, Prestige. I just want to ask him before when you was on the private jet with
I
Puff.
never was
did
on
you
the
have
private
to?
jet. I've never
When
been
y'all
on
was
the private jet.
no. I mean, remember
As
you
a-
told me y'all
as
was
a-
partying.
So
you said
far,
y'all was
I have
partying
never been on a private
You
jet,
said y'all was
ever.
partying on the PJ.
Never.
Did he? Did you have to? He took it back out of your manager's budget. Or
You
did
said Puff wanted to sign you. That's what you said.
Well, I mean,
To sign him.
he,
Soon as he saw you.
he did say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wasn't on the jet.
Nah, listen, bro.
All right, go ahead, Prestige.
So I got a question for you, Suge. So it's funny you mentioned Puff, right? So do you believe he still owe his artists? Now we're not talking about royalties. We talking about when certain artists pass away and all of these things, right? Does he need to pay for the funeral and all of these things?
It'd be a good gesture. But he's not obligated.
Yeah, it's not
to
his
pay for the funeral.
responsibility.
That's not a responsibility.
Right.
Do
It's
Sony
not.
pay for your funeral when you pass away?
No.
Okay, so
Right.
what makes him any different?
Right, even if
This
it's
No,
is
but
business.
I want to know, why do we bring that up in our community?
yeah, because even
Why
if
is that
it's
a point?
because it's
That's-
almost like
I
your
don't
boss at
understand
work,
that.
right?
I don't understand that.
So say you're at work and you got a boss, and then you pass away, your boss is not paying for your funeral. It's the same thing. You work for me. I'm you know what I mean? Like I'm not paying for your funeral. I paid you while you were alive, but I'm not paying for your funeral.
I'm gonna give you one better. Because your boss is black, you do something wrong, your boss reprimands you. I mean, yo, you acting white. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to understand. Because he black. He get Jay-Z, Puff, all these dudes that have labels they get a bad rap.
They do.
I'm
They
not
do.
saying that they give you the best deals, but they get a bad rap.
They do.
They're not doing anything. They're handling their business.
That's the
and
truth.
you're not handling your business.
It's business.
You want the fame. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to give you the fame. I remember, Paul, they used to have a chain in the drawer. They sign you, give you a chain.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know it's going to be another guy who's going to come along. If you don't want to do it, going to give him a chain. Yo, you down with Slick Rick Records. You get the chain, wear that chain. You're going to be happy. But you ain't thinking about the music. You ain't thinking about the business. You're just thinking about the idea of I have a deal. So with
Right.
Puff, is Puff the best and when it comes to giving deals? No. But we don't know the full story of why and when and where. We don't know. We don't
Right.
know. You want money? Money don't come free. It comes at a cost. Your publishing, you want to sell your publishing. You know what I'm saying? Then when it comes down to selling records, you may not get no money.
Right.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people don't. I kind of don't like the people that come on the internet. Yeah, I got a fucked up deal and all of this shit.
Yeah.
But you know, to me, in my thinking, well, sometimes you got to work for a fucked up deal.
Right.
True.
You know,
True. I would sign a messed up deal. You know why? Because no deal is to perpetuity. I'm not signing a blank piece of paper.
Right.
I might sign a deal, 5-year deal. But if I'm that nice, I'll get out that deal. I might sign a 5-album deal.
Right.
I'm gonna get out that album sooner or later, and I'm gonna play nice. I'm gonna do everything you tell me to do. You ain't getting my show money, so I may not sell the record sales.
That was then though.
Yeah.
That was then.
No, even now.
Even now?
If you're that nice when you get to a deal, it's negotiable.
True.
You won't get my publishing, and you won't get my. First of all, any artist that I have, you're not getting the show money and the merch. You ain't getting none of that.
Right.
You can get everything else, but you ain't gonna get that. You can get a piece of everything else. But
that's why
if you're nice at what you do, if you're nice.
That's why it's important to build leverage if you're coming up.
If you have leverage,
then you have like leverage when it comes to type of deal structures.
If you have leverage, if you don't have no leverage, then that's something different. But what I'm saying is, no deal is forever. So I'm gonna play nice, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna sell records, and I'm gonna do everything.
Right.
I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna skip.
Yeah, because that's how. No, because
I'm
that's
gonna do
how.
everything they tell me to do.
No, because what's crazy is because that's how you get to the point where people know who you are,
and you have that value in the market.
Yes.
and it becomes valuable.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. A lot of times, depending on your lawyer, you know how they have you sell 500,000 records, your points
Get
go up.
bumps. Yeah.
Right.
Bumps. You sell 1 million, bumps.
Right.
Boom, you keep on going, and then you renegotiate. If we hit this peak, we renegotiate. If your lawyer's smart and he has foresight, well, listen, let's put that in. They probably only think you'll sell 1 million records.
True. And your
Do what you have to do.
will escalate
I'll
too.
put this in the contract. If you sell this much, they have to renegotiate your deal.
Right.
But is there such thing as a fucked up deal?
Depend on who.
Because like from this standpoint, right? You might have talent, but that's subjective, right?
Sure.
And plus at that time, it was all on a label's front end to put everything up for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So at that time, is it really a fucked up deal when you had no money? No artists is
That's
coming.
what we're talking about too.
Yeah.
man.
So
No,
that's a great question. I feel like this: if they put up $3 million, $4 million in it, and you just flop, are you gonna give them some of that money back? It didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's it. Sorry.
That's it.
So if they put up $3 million, and
Tax
you
write-off.
do sell, shouldn't they get their money back and some?
Right.
And
I took a gamble.
Yeah,
I gambled on you.
It took a gamble. I remember one time I was signing a clothing deal with this guy named Simon Akiva. Big clothing company. He used to back up Maurice Malone, FJ 560, and Groovy Lou.
Groovy Lou.
Groovy Lou.
From Bad Boy.
Me and Groovy Lou was supposed to share a loft space on Fifth Avenue, right at the fashion district. And I told Simon and Teddy Hells, this guy named Teddy Hells, good guys. Their kids own One Oak clubs. So anyway, I was getting ready to sign a deal, and I'm looking at the contract, and I'm like, what's up? I said 50%. I said, nah, man, you ain't get 50%. I was always told he's 51%.
Yeah.
But then his perspective is like, listen, I'm putting a lot of money out here. I'm gonna build you up so you could just run away. And I thought about it, and I said, I'll sign a 50. I did sign a 50. It was nothing, because I'm looking at it like, no deal is forever.
Right.
I'm going to learn the game, which I did learn the game. He taught me a lot, and I learned the game. I mean, we lost our deal, me and Groovy Lou, because, things happen. But I learned the game. The point I'm trying to make is, some people would say that's a bad deal, but
Right.
I'm looking at it like, I didn't have nothing. I was fronting the money up myself. You know how much money it costs to make clothing? It costs a lot of money.
But that was the whole point I was making to you. Is there such thing as a fucked up deal?
You know when people find out it's a messed up deal? Once they succeed.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. That's the only time it's a fucked up
that
deal.
deal's messed up.
That was
Yeah,
a horrible
exactly.
deal.
Yeah,
Prior to that,
yeah.
man, thank you, man. You got my mama out the hood.
Yeah.
We was eating oodles and noodles. Now we eating
It's true.
caviar.
After you make it, then you're like, that was a horrible.
After noodles.
Yeah, but then you're right. After you make it, you're like, that was a horrible deal you gave me. But you know what I mean? I just saw something in you to take a chance. You might not have made it.
Yeah.
So you might get to the point where you're like, oh, this deal could have been better in my favor. It could have been, and then I could have lost all my money also.
Yeah.
So
And you gotta think. I say this. You learn from every situation, right? Because you sign a bad situation, you sign a bad deal, right? And you sign a bad deal, and what happens is you get through it. But now you say, okay, I signed a deal for $500,000. They could have gave me $1 million. This next deal, tell your lawyer to add that extra $500, and all them points I should have got, add
put
that
them
in
on
there
that.
too.
Yep,
Make
on
them
that
pay.
on that
Make them
re-up.
pay.
Yeah, because at this point you're proven.
Yeah, you're a commodity.
You're a commodity now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, you got any last? Come on, Paul. Last statements you want to make. Last sentiments.
Man, I just like the fact that we're able to cover so much. You know what I mean? And as far as Prestige, my brother here, he's put in a lot of work. I know we ain't really get to dialogue about his work with Bad Boy and Biggie, but we're gonna say that for another episode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Part two to his killing spree.
Yeah, part
Absolutely.
two. Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely.
We jumped into a lot. We've been here hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long you been here?
Hour and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah.
been.
Didn't feel like it.
Nah,
so
we just
we've been
kicking
on.
it. When it flows, it flows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as y'all would say in y'all mortal words, that's the price of fame.
Yes.
Well, we
So
talk
about
about fashion,
Art
music,
and entertainment.
yes.
we out.
Peace.
Peace.
Hit Mob Media.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hit Mob.